Hello everyone, we are going to check out the chapter number 2, Rip Van Winkle. Here we have Rip Van Winkle. He has lost his way, so we have to help him to reach at his home. Okay, so as you can see in this picture, I have drawn this line. So as per the line, if he will follow, then he can reach easily at his home. Okay. Now, dear students, one day Rip Van Winkle fell asleep, and when he woke up, he had become an old man. So here we can see that one day he has fell asleep, and when he woke up, he become very old. How it happens? This is whole unit it's about. Okay. So here we can see Rip Van Winkle was a lazy man. He slept the whole day. His wife tried her best to get Rip Van Winkle take up a job. When he did get a job, he was asked to leave because he was slept too much. So in this paragraph we can understand that Rip Van Winkle was a lazy man, and all the day, whole day he was only sleeping. When his wife was tried to take a job for Rip Van Winkle, but when Rip Van Winkle got a job, that time he was fired. Why? Because he was sleeping all the time. Okay. Now second paragraph. One day, Rip Van Winkle, tired of his wife telling him to get a job, ran up a mountain with his favorite companion, his dog. He reached the top, crossed a stream, went to a spot where nobody ever came, and he sat down there. He had never had so much exercise in his life. So in this paragraph we can understand that because of telling too much of his wife that get a job, Rip Van Winkle, please get a job, he was tired, and because of that he ran up to the mountain. So he went to the mountain and with his companion, the dog, and finally he crossed a stream, and he went there where nobody has went any day. Okay, so our Rip Van Winkle has done a lot of exercise which he has never ever done in his life. Now third paragraph. He was just getting back his breath when he heard someone call his name, Rip Van Winkle. Strange, nobody knows me here. Then who is calling me? Thought Rip Van Winkle. He turned around and saw a funny looking man carrying a big barrel. The funny looking man said, "Please help me carry this barrel to my friends a little below the stream." So in this paragraph we can understand that Rip Van Winkle heard his name. Somebody was calling him. Somebody was speaking, Rip Van Winkle, Rip Van Winkle. He was very strange. So our Rip Van Winkle thought that here in this place, who is knowing me? Then who is calling me? Then we can understand that there was a funny looking man. He was having a carrying a big barrel. Okay, then the funny looking man said, "Please help me carrying this barrel to my friends a little below the stream." Okay, so now what Rip Van Winkle will do? Now you have to just answer the orally that what do you think was the barrel? Now third paragraph. Rip Van Winkle had climbed so far up the mountain to avoid work. Here was a man asking for help. He first decided to refuse, but then thought, "Let me help the poor man." then I can rest. So he and the funny looking man walked down to a cave in the mountain below the stream. There, Rip and Winkle saw many other funny looking men. All of them were playing. They ignored him. As soon as the barrel was placed on the ground, the man pulled out mugs, dipped them into the barrel, and drank something. It was a strange, sweet drink. So, in this paragraph, we can understand that first of all, when Rip Van Winkle heard to the funny looking man, he decided to refuse to help him. But afterwards, he thought that let me help to that poor person. Then he has started. He has started to help him. Then he went that place and he went to a cave in a mountain. Then he below the stream, then he saw a lot of there are others funny looking men. Okay, then all were playing there, and first of all they ignored him. Then as soon as he went to the barrel was placed on the ground, then there was a mug, and he drank something. It was a strange sweet drink. Now next, Rip Van Winkle too dipped a mug in the barrel and drank it. It tasted good. He had one more mug. After having 3 mugs, he fell asleep. So in this para, we can understand that our Rip Van Winkle had a mug and he has tasted that good good one. Okay, and that after drinking 3 mugs, he fell asleep. Okay. Now next, when he awoke, he saw that all the funny looking men had gone. He called out one his dog, but there was no response. He could not believe he had slept the whole day and night. He got up, his joints ached. So in this para, we can understand that as soon as he drank that sweet thing, then after a lot of time, he as soon as he woke up, he understand that there was no funny looking man. Then all the funny looking men went up. Then he called his favorite dog, his companion, but there was no response. Then slowly and gradually he can understand that he has slept whole day and night. Then he got up and his joints were ached. Okay, now let's check out. Answer orally. Why do you think his joints ache? Okay. As he started walking back home, he saw the village down below, which somehow seemed changed. When he entered the village, he saw new faces. All the people looked at him, they rubbed their chins. Seeing them do this, Rip Van Winkle did the same. To his surprise, he found that he had grown a foot long beard overnight. So you can see here in this paragraph that after waking up, he has started to woke up, and finally he reached his village town. Then he observed that there were a lot of changes in his village, and he saw different new faces over there. And finally he can understand that he has grown up a very long of foot long beard over the night. Dear students, it is not possible that in a one night or few nights the whole beard can be grown, as you can see in this picture. It is not possible that in a one night or few nights it should be happen. It means that our Rip and Winkle has slept for a long time. Okay. Rip and Winkle was puzzled. He believed that he knew most of the village folks well, but today he could not see anyone who was known to him. The children made fun of him, running behind him. Rip and Winkle stopped by a place where there had been a school and asked the crowd that had gathered, "Where is Schooner? Schooner, the schoolmaster?" Somebody said, "Oh, Schooner? He went to war in 63 and never came back." So in this paragraph we can understand that Rip and Winkle, as he went to his village, he was puzzled. Why? Because all the villagers, all the faces were new for him, and we can understand that finally he reached at his school and he was asking about Schooner, the schoolmaster, but somebody has told to him that, "Oh, that Schooner, he went into the war in 63 and he has never came back." "And Van Dammel?" asked Rip and Winkle. "He died 18 years back," said another voice in the crowd. Rip and Winkle thought, Am I going mad? Had I slept all these years on the mountain?" Now finally, as he has demanded that, "And Van Dammel?" then somebody has said that he had died 18 years back. Then suddenly Rip and Winkle thought that, "Am I going mad?" Then finally he has understood that, had I slept all these years on the mountain, how it can be possible? Now next, finally Rip and Winkle asked, "Does anyone here remember Rip and Winkle?" A woman said, "Yes, he was my father. He went up the mountains 21 years back, but never returned. His dog came back without him." So finally he has asked that to the villagers that, "Do you remember Rip and Winkle?" Then a woman said, yes, he was my father. Then he went up to the mountain 21 years back, but he never ever returned yet. His dog has came without him." So now let's understand more. Rip and Winkle was overjoyed. He said, "Daughter, it's me, Rip and Winkle. Don't you recognize me?" Now finally our Rip and Winkle was puzzled, but here he had a good news that her daughter is there. So finally Rip and Winkle said, "Oh, I am Rip and Winkle, my daughter. I am Rip and Winkle. You don't recognize me?" Now, "Oh, my father, it is really you. Where have you been all this while?" said his daughter. Father and daughter hugged each other. Rip and Winkle had indeed slept for 21 years. So dear students, we can understand that our Rip and Winkle, as he had went to the mountain, he has slept after drinking that mug's sweet thing. He has slept 21 years, and after 21 years he has came back to his village, and finally he met with his daughter. So here our whole chapter has been finished, and the moral of the lesson is, the message of the lesson is, one should not be lazy. Okay,